Hello guys, welcome to my first video back. This is the very first video that I have posted to YouTube in the last year and a half to 2 years. I know, but like life has been it's been, you know. So I am back though. Just let me know how you guys like this video. It's going to be on this hair Brazilian water wave from AliExpress. Deets will be in the description box. And let me see, 14-inch closure, 16-inch bundle, 18-inch bundle, 20-inch bundle. You know, I wanted to try to see how that natural layering would go. I didn't like it, so I cut the hair. But yeah, stay tuned so you can see how I got my hair to look like this. So here we have the 14-inch lace closure, and I have my handy dandy spray bottle with just water in it. This process is going to stop the bleach from getting on any other part of the hair other than the knots. This step is equivalent to putting petroleum jelly around your forehead and around your ears when you're getting a perm. Not sure if any of you are familiar with that, but it's the same thing, just stopping the chemicals from getting in places that we don't want it. Definitely want bleach knots and not bleached roots. So here I have a dry paper towel and I'm drying lace where I want the bleaching mixture to work. It's magic right there where the knots are. So here I have my BW2 bleaching powder packet. Using the second half of this pack. I used the first half for a different project, and I have my 30 volume developer. You want to mix this extremely slow. The consistency has to be like butter, and you want your utensil, mine's being a butter knife, to stand straight up in the mixture. Don't mind me guys, I'm like a little ratchet and unorthodox. You'll see that in future videos. But, you know, here I am taking my time, stirring this mixture, making sure it's the right consistency. So after I got the consistency, I put a little bit of lavender hair dye in there. You really want to use dark purple though. This step is to help get rid of some of the brassiness that comes after bleaching. You know, so I actually didn't want to get rid of too much because I have kind of orangish, reddish undertone. So yeah, I just put a little bit. You could also use a toner, just mix a toner in with the bleach. Here I am spreading this bleaching mixture on this lace like butter on toast. Not pressing inward. I'm holding this butter knife extremely lightly. And that little cup was like just the right amount for this entire lace. And so here I have my water bottle again, just making sure no bleach affects that portion of the hair. So after we get the bleach where we want it on the closure, we're just going to flip that over on the foil. We're going to start parting the hair just to make sure the bleach did not get on to the other side. And here I'm going ham with this part. I have my paper towel and my water. And you just go in on the roots and make sure no bleach is there. Make sure you wipe all the bleach away with the wet paper towel. Like, this step is so important, guys. Like, you really do not want bleached roots. Like, I've done that several times, man. It's just not a good look. Alright, so after we're done concentrating on that part, we're just going to make sure the lace to our liking. We're going to fold it over, and I'm going to let this process for, I believe I let it process for 20 minutes. So here we are to the actual wig making portion, and this is my 20-inch bundle. I'm doubling the wefts, and I'm using a T-pin to help me place the tracks directly where I want them on the mannequin.
it was definitely less hassle doing it with the T-pins this way, because that way you don't have to use your hand to make sure the track is where you want it to be. But yeah, I'm just focusing on the back right now, just sewing the back portion using that 20-inch bundle. So now the back looks exactly like I want it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off, try it on my head, and mark where the lace will lay. So here I marked where the lace lays after trying it on my head, and so now I know not to sew any tracks past this line. I used a white eyeliner pencil from my local beauty supply store, and it was $2. Yep. And so I'm just making sure I don't sew past this line, and I'm sewing in a U-shape motion. Please excuse my husband's feet. You'll see my little baby in a minute. Yep, and I just used the T-pins to help me out throughout the entirety of making the U-part wig. And it looks like this is like large spacing, but it's only half of a finger spacing. That's what I used in order to space the tracks at this point, and it will definitely not, you won't be able to see the spaces, you know, when the wig is finished. Alright, so I've come to the end of this track. I'm going to lay my T-pin again, and I'm just going to sew in another U-shaped motion and then sew across for the remainder. So here's the finished product. As you see, I didn't go past that line, and boom, there's the lace. So, you know, the line does not lie. That's why it's so helpful. So I always start, when I sew my lace frontals onto my unit, I always start in the middle. And so here I am sewing the middle of the lace closure down, and then after I finish the middle, I'll focus on the sides. So here's the finished unit, and it's time to apply. So here I have my Got to Be Glued spray, my handy dandy blow dryer, and as you see, my cap looks a little worn, right? Well, I actually cheated. I wore the wig like 2 days before I actually finished it. I didn't do anything to the wig. I just took it right off the mannequin and put it on my head. All I did was create this, what you guys call a balding cap. I actually started doing these to protect my hair. Anytime I wear weave, my main focus is how my hair will not be affected. So my hair has to be covered at all times. So I was doing this actually for a little while once we, you know, got the scoop on Gots to Be Glued, you know. But here I am basically reviving my balding cap, and hopefully I can insert a video, or, you know, insert the link to a video on how to do this. Yeah, at this point, it wouldn't be this tedious if you were using a fresh cap. You would do the same thing on a fresh cap, except all you would be doing is spraying the Got to Be Glued and using your blow dryer to mold it to your head. Here, I'm reviving the cap because you have to make sure that the front is rolled down and it's flat. Because if it's rolled up and, you know, it's some volume on there, it's going to lift your lace when you're trying to lay it down. So you really want to make sure that the front of the cap is flat as possible. That's why you see it's a little tedious. But like I said, I'm reviving the cap, and I actually have to do this again because, you know, that was the issue in my intro and outro, why you could see the line of demarcation in the lace a little, is because it was 3 or 4 days after this, after I actually, you know, redid the cap. I wore the wig 3 to 4 days and then came back with the intro because my original intro got deleted. So like I said, I didn't do anything to the wig. I just wore it as is. So here I am doing what I was supposed to do, cutting the excess cap off. Definitely do not want to cut that thread. All your hard sewing work will be wasted. Alright, so I just sprayed the hair with water and boom! Magic. Look at that. Magic right before your eyes. I'm going to turn into a whole different person. Alright, so now it's time to apply the actual wig, and I'm spraying the water so that the flyaways don't get in the way while I'm trying to kind of glue this down, even though it's not really glue. So I'm doing the same exact thing that I did for the cap. Spray on the got to be glued spray. Use your rat tail comb or whatever floats your boat to hold your lace in place, and then use your blow dryer to dry it and keep it there. Amen. Yep. And then this was about 90% dry when I was finished with it. I kind of just wanted to go straight into the next step as I was doing this, but I definitely would suggest making sure it's 100% dry before doing the baby hairs. You don't, like I said, the most important step at this point is making sure the cap doesn't roll up. Yep, so here, I'm going to take a little coffee break. It's a lot of work being put in. Yeah, so here, I kind of started on one side, but I'm just doing, the camera died, guys. I don't know. My camera sucks. But I caught it at a very good time because I didn't do the other side yet. So basically, I'm just parting where I want my baby hairs to lay. So I'm just going based off of memory and how my baby hairs usually look when I do them correctly. Or just on my regular hair when I wear my hair out and my little fro and stuff. That's the look I was going for, how my baby hairs look. You can see this part is a little tedious too. I'm not gonna lie, because you gotta make sure the other strands don't get in the way. And as you'll see, one of the parts, one of the things I didn't like about this hair was that it was really choppy. So it has a lot more flyaways. Yep, so here I'm just making sure the hair that I want is the only hair out. And that's the baby hair. Right, and the rest of the hair can just go in a ponytail. I'm also using bobby pins to pin it down because I was spraying the flyaways with water, but then they would dry and pop right back up and get in the way. So I said, we're not gonna have that today, Satan. We're gonna do this wig the way we want to do this wig. So here I am just cutting the slit above my ear. With a lace frontal, you always want to go bend your ear downward, go directly straight forward up at the very top of your ear and cut the lace. And then you put one portion in front of your ear and the other portion in back of your ear. This step helps dramatically with wearing your hair back. If you ever want to wear it in a ponytail or anything, that's will help you out. So here I was using the Got to Be Glued spray just to, I sprayed the brush and then brushed the baby hairs just to see where they would lay at this length. And so looking at it, I know I still have to cut it, and I can just kind of see what I have to do a little better now. So here I have my tweezers. I use the tweezers to thin the hair out. So I always start where, it's a little thicker, the hair is thick on the baby hairs. You can see on the sideburns, it's really, really thick. So I'm going to be tweezing all of that. And then for the strands that are long, or if it's too long, I go in with a razor comb. You want to use the side that has the small teeth, guys, on your razor comb. And really, it's just a lot of back and forth motion with the tweezers and the razor comb. You use one, you use the other, you use one, you use the other. Yep. Now, mind you, this is going in fast forward motion, so you can only imagine how long it took in real life. Like, I really did take my time on this wig start to finish because I knew I wanted it to look right. Not only did I want it to look right, I wanted it to last as well. So yeah, take your time, homies. You see me going in with that razor comb, trying to make sure everything is kosher. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I got to this side, I was like, like I was kind of over it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But yeah, you definitely want to just tweeze, and even if you get it to look, wearable at one point, and then you just decide to come in a day or two later and go back in with it, at least at the very end of it all, the hair will look how you want it to look. So here I figured I tweezed and razored enough. I got my Got To Be Glued travel sized gel, and I'm going to now gel down the edges that I created. And so this is what I meant by, I'm always extra. And mind you, you still want to keep that razor comb by you because you get a lot of surprises during this part. It's always at the very end where you get a surprise or two. You get like a longer strand, but you definitely don't want to tweeze the hair after you've applied the gel. So yeah, this is what I mean by, a little extra. Like, my edges they always just look like that, even when I wear my hair in a fro. Like, I used to get laughed at in high school because of the way I wear my edges. Of course, they're left behind my back, but we're not gonna go there. But yeah, man, at this point I was like, hey, it's wearable. It's not too much where they look like they're drawn on or something like that. But hey, like I said, I was over it. It took me like, this was like hour 3 of this. It really took me like 2 going on 3 hours to do these baby hairs alone. So anytime you see a strand in your baby hairs that looks too long, just go in with that razor comb and cut it. And I apologize, there's a bunch of stuff on my face and my hands that I did not see until editing. I had a little mascara accident because that's my makeup station as well. And yeah, it apparently got in my face. See, I was in like focus mode this whole time, so I didn't even notice until I started editing. Alright, so there we go. We're going to remove the bobby pins. And now we're going to lay our hair. Here I'm spraying the water on it. Get those flyaways. Yo, S-curl. This S-curl is so awesome for this curl pattern. I love this stuff for this curl pattern. Especially, when you diffuse it. When you go in with your diffuser on your blow dryer, the curls pop so much. And it helps with unifying the curls and getting rid of those flyaways. I love S-curl. Gotta buy a bottle for all my curly hair, man. Yep, so here I'm like going through, I usually only wear my hair in 2 parts. That's a middle part and a side part. I don't use it on both sides just because I really think like only one of the side parts looks right on me. So here I am going through all the parts that I will be wearing this hair in and tweezing the parts to make it look natural. Because me, naturally, when I part my hair, my parts are a little thick.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial. I tried to make it as detailed as possible, yet user-friendly. I know there's like a lot of extra steps when it goes to customizing the lace, so hopefully that was easy enough to follow. Nothing I can really say about this hair. I love the curl. definitely. This hair sheds a tiny bit, especially like fresh out of the package. Some of the wefts had like the hair really choppy on the ends. So I'm thinking like maybe when they went to cut the weft, they cut like a bunch of the hair off too by accident. Yeah, but that was kind of disappointing. But you know, then again, I paid $108 for the entirety of this unit, so you know, you get what you pay for basically. Other than that, I really don't have any complaints. The hair, I love the curl pattern when the hair is wet. Still has a natural curl pattern. You know, I'm thinking of some more clothing DIYs to do, and I think that's really going to be like the basis of my channel. You know, so hair and clothes, and might do some makeup here and there, but you know, nothing too much. So you know, you can like the video, you don't have to like the video, you can subscribe, you don't have to. It's your world. I just thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.